friends, internet, Henry, and everyone else. Sending messages in this morning. So, I'll just turn this soundy off. Yeah. So, it's morning time. Sort of. Yeah. It's morning, and I'm sending the video out to people because I can. Because it's Humans vs. Zombies. It's really been keeping me busy, so I didn't get to make the second part of this video as quick as I would have liked. But I'm going to try and answer all the rest of the questions and talk about one or two quick things really quick. Part 1. I answered Henry's question last. Part 2. Matt's question, which is an interesting one of did I have any passions as a kid that I no longer have? My answer is the same as Henry. No, I don't. You don't lose. If there's something you're inherently passionate about, you don't lose it. It just changes shape, in my opinion. And the reason why I actually waited before posting this video is because I kind of got to relive one of my passions as a kid. And that is, I loved acting when I was younger. I did. I acted throughout all the plays in my middle school, elementary school, camp, a lot of plays. I loved acting. I stopped in high school, though, because I didn't have time for it. It was either FFA or forensics or what have you that just kept me from acting. And the thing is that although I wasn't acting on a stage anymore, I was still fulfilling that passion in a different way. For me at the time it was through forensics, which was public speech and debate team, where I would get up and I would perform something, be it a poem, an improv, or what have you, but I kept performing. And then even then after that, when I was done with that and I was in FFA, I was still getting the opportunity to be up and speak and talk to people and get a message out, which for me was a major part of why I loved to act, because I could get out a message, create a character, create something. And I think that the passion never dies. I think it just changes shape. And that's what I love about it, actually. The reason why I waited again was about 3 or 4 days ago, I was involved in a program called Play Today. Play Today is an event where you get to 24 hours to put on a whole production. Now normally it's split into 3 roles. There's directors, writers, and actors. Well, I was originally set up to be a writer because I write. That's what I do for a living. I write, and I wrote this whole little little script, and then I was emailed, "We don't have enough actors at all." So I said, "I'll act." So I was up for 24 hours writing and acting, only to find that the play that I had written wasn't going to be done because the actors for my play never showed up. So I ended up acting just in someone else's play, which was fine by me. It was just an interesting play. But the thing was that I loved being on the stage again. And I love being on stage anyway. Like, that's what I do sort of for a living. I go out and I perform my one-man show, and I do it for a living. So no, Matt, your passions don't die unless you decide to kill them. They just always find different ways. And if you actually follow your passion, you'll probably end up making a career out of it. I have 3 main passions in life, and that is performing and speaking and getting a message out, writing, and psychology. I also I take that back. I have 4. I also have a huge passion for agriculture. Okay, I have a lot of passions. I'm a very passionate person. But the thing is, I do my best to indulge in all of them. And I think that's what matters, is knowing that they don't die and you can indulge in all of them as an adult. Um, which cuts me back to my next question, which was more going back to, Henry's question of what does the future look like? What do jobs look like? And I thought about this a lot. I think about this a lot because um I I just love to think about stuff like this. And I think that what we're doing as a race, as the human race, as a species of animal, we are in every way, shape, and form destroying our animal instinct to create this kind of idea that humans aren't animals and blah blah blah. But we are not losing our sense of purpose. The whole thing is that we create this idea, and as long as we create a sense of purpose and we believe in purpose, we will not run out of jobs. Robots will not take over. It's not something that will happen because the human mind won't allow it. The human mind will constantly adapt to this kind of environment. I'm more concerned about things like climate change destroying our race than robots. Climate change, zombies, any of that stuff could much more likely do a decent amount of damage to the human race than the idea of us getting robots and never working again. I think that's silly. You're silly, Henry. But with that said, I get to finally ask Henry a question because yeah, and my question's actually really basic but kind of hard. Henry, what do you want to talk about? If there's one thing you could talk about on this channel for like ever, what do you want to talk about? Make the video that you want to make. I want to see what you come up with. Bye.